Thanks a lot. Marietje Schaake, please.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Commissioner Designate. You're applying for a difficult job. I think that the confusion over TTIP and the discussion about ISDS, especially last weekend, was a confirmation of that. And I think it is good that you admitted that a mistake was made in the version of the letter that was sent out. It is rare in politics to admit mistakes, and I think that that is admirable, especially as it was very clear who was responsible for the last-minute changes and for sending your written answers to the European Parliament, because these track changes were left in the document that we received right here by Martin Selmayr, who is the chief of President Juncker's transition team. And what these track changes revealed, besides a proper understanding of the program wording, computers perhaps, is how the confusion should be interpreted and who we should look for clarification. But about ISDS, I too am very critical of it and still wonder whether we need it in TTIP. But the Commission has put out a public consultation to which more than 150,000 people replied. When can we expect the first assessment of your Commission and your DG of this? Because this will be crucial in guiding the discussion forward.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much, and let me apologize for the confusion last Friday. There was the written questions were ready to send, and I got a question whether I minded to include a quote by President Juncker, which of course I do not do, but someone overinterpreted that quote a little bit, and the wrong version was sent out. Immediately we tried to correct that, and that was sent to the Parliament at 3:04 on Friday, and for different reasons, probably because of the stress that came out very late to you. But I think I made my view on this very clear to the answer to Mr. Martin. You're perfectly right that there is a public consultation going on, and more than 150,000 answers. They are being analysed right now. I think a first assessment more on a quantitative basis can come out very soon, but a more qualitative analysis, I hope that can be done before the year, and if I am confirmed, I will be happy to come to INTA or a smaller group of interested, depending on how the President wants to organise that, to go through and to discuss how we should put it forward. I agree that there are problems with ISDS because there have been abuses. But we must all recognise, and many of you have worked with these areas, with these issues for a long time, that they exist. We cannot just think them away. There are thousands of them globally, so we need to find a way to approach this. In some countries, we need it with more than others, in others not. So it's a little bit too premature to say how we will do with the United States. I don't exclude that in the end they will not be there. But let us sit down, discuss, evaluate, talk to the different institutions on this and see how we can move on during the beginning of this mandate jointly.
Marietje, additional question?
Thank you very much. It is, I think, clear, especially with regard to trade, that transparency is the best medicine against confusion and leaked documents going around with questions about what final texts would be. So what, and particularly how, can you commit to make sure that you will apply more and especially maximum transparency with regard to this House, with regard to access to documents, and also towards civil society, small and medium-sized enterprises and other stakeholders to make sure that the trade engagement or the trade negotiations that we engage in benefit people, that they have a word in it, and that we can apply maximum accountability throughout. Thank you.
I think if we are going to win the hearts and minds of people for trade, and especially TTIP, we need to be much more transparent. A lot has been done, but more must be done as well. And that regards both making sure that the members of the European Parliament, a broader group than today, possibly all interested members, can have access to the documents that we normally share only with a limited group. And I will sit with the chairman, if confirmed, to see exactly how we can find the modalities to do this in a confident way. But I think this is necessary so that the legislators can have full access and see that there are no secret deals going on there. I also think we need to engage much more with the different stakeholders, business, small and big, but the civil society, the different NGOs who have a lot of interest here, consumer organizations. We have, of course, dialogues ongoing with them on a technical level, but I would personally commit to meet them already before Christmas, but then on a regular basis to see how we can talk, and then also explore how we can put more documents concerning TTIP that are already agreed to a broader community. But this, again, needs to be discussed in detail with the coordinators and the chairman, but this is definitely a commitment because we need to increase the transparency and we need to broaden the communication on this to address some of the concerns. There are also lots of myths and misconceptions. They need to be addressed, but overall make people feel that they are part of this, that they are part of a dialogue, that it is not something that is done by a few behind closed doors.
Helmut Scholz, please.